catch 'em all.
Hey guys, PokeDan here, as well as myself though Sword and Shield are here too. First off, I want to apologise for the break. It was something that was very much needed, but hey, we're back, so let's celebrate that with a video about the team I used in the new games. About a week before the games were released, for those of you who don't know, they actually leaked online, and I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't hold myself back, and I had so much fun looking at the new Pokemon, and naturally, I began to plan out my team. Now, I've made team prediction videos in the past and I had a lot of fun doing them. So I opened up a new document and penned down the 6 Pokemon that I'd be using in Gala. And well, now that I've completed the games, I can reveal that the actual Pokemon I used compared to the ones I predicted were fairly different. So let's get into that. In this video, you guys join me in discussing my predicted team for Pokemon Sword and Shield versus my actual team. As well as that though, I want to hear what Pokemon you guys used on your playthroughs, so be sure to let me know down below. But with all that being said, let's get started with the video. So first off, whenever you start any new Pokemon game, you are given a starter to use on your team, and naturally, to build up for the promotion of the new games, we knew about the starters a while ago, and the one I was set on using was Sobble. At the time, this little guy was just adorable to me, and it still is. But when I looked at the leaked starter evolutions, I really wasn't feeling Inteleon. So then I deferred to Grookey. However, funny story, when I booted up Shield for the first time and all the starters were right in front of me on the screen, I just sat there for about 5 minutes and I was really unsure of which one I wanted to use. In the end, I had to get Siri to choose my starter for me by picking a random number between 1 and 3. And hey Siri, which did you choose?
It's 1.
Yep, so Grookey it was, and I'm really glad that Siri chose this starter for me because I really bonded with it throughout my journey. And it was a strong member of my team and the Pokemon that I primarily used. Although this was my starter, I think that in the case of these kinds of Pokemon, there's never really a wrong answer. The next Pokemon I predicted I'd use was Corviknight, and I wanted to use this Pokemon because, well, I mean, just look at it, it looks awesome. As well as that, when I missed out on using Alola's regional bird, I kind of regretted it, so in my prediction I chose to use this flying type. And I stuck to my word on this one. Yep, Corviknight was officially the second team member I had obtained, and honestly, it really helped me out a lot in the game. It didn't always get as much use as other mons, but hey ho, it was a nice looking Pokemon to send out. And it defeated any threats that the other team members maybe couldn't handle. So again, no regrets from me this time round for using Corviknight. Up next is the Rock-Fire type Pokemon Colossal. As soon as I saw this beast in the leagues, I knew I was going to use it on my team, so naturally I added it to the list of Pokemon I'd predicted I'd use. And I can reveal that Colossal, along with Corviknight, was a Pokemon that made it onto my actual team, and yeah, it's actually the last Pokemon from my predicted team to make it onto the playthrough of my game. So whatever Pokemon are to come up after this one for the predicted list, well, I changed my mind and didn't use it. For Colossal, I specifically remember that I loved its type combination. And with it being a 3-stage evolution, I knew it'd be super strong too. As well as this, I've always liked Roly-Poly, and I was planning on using it depending on what it evolved into. And Roly-Poly, my guy, you did not disappoint. Truthfully, I used this Pokemon almost as much as my starter, and it was always the second in command on my team. What I also love about it is its ability Flame Body. Now that I've completed the game and the dex, I'm breeding my competitive team, and this Pokemon's ability helps to hatch eggs faster. So thank you Colossal, not only for the egg hatching, but just for being an awesome addition to my team. So let's take a short break from the full-time team members to talk about 2 Pokemon I used in my playthrough for only a brief period. First up is Toxtricity, which I didn't evolve until I needed it for the dex. When I was given a Toxel at the daycare, I wanted to use it for its type combination. But at the time, the Pokemon itself didn't really interest me. However, it has since grown on me a lot. The other team member who was only with me for a short period of time was Galarian Ponyta. I never planned to use this Galarian variant, however when I ran into it in the wild, I couldn't help but catch it. With it evolving into a Psychic and Fairy type, it wouldn't really add variety to my team, and you're about to see why that is. Okay, so back to the team, and the fourth Pokemon I predicted I'd be using was Toxtricity. However, as you know, it didn't quite work out so great. So I had to replace it with my actual fourth team member, which was Hatterene. For those of you who don't know, this Pokemon is a Psychic and Fairy type. So it's also the reason why I didn't want to keep Galarian Ponyta on my team. And although it was a tough decision between the two, personally, I think I made the right call because this Pokemon was a reliable one to send out into battle to secure the win. The reason I used Hatterene is because I saw its pre-evolution Hatterene as an overworld Pokemon in the wild. And I couldn't stop myself from battling and then catching it. This Pokemon, as well as its entire evolution line, are just adorable, and whilst I like to use more badass looking Pokemon, there is absolutely nothing wrong with catching the odd cutie here or there, and Hatterene really benefited my team, especially with its typing. I love using a variety of types on my team, so this Pokemon was welcome to join. Okay, so up next is the fifth Pokemon that I thought I'd be using in-game, and that was none other than Polteageist. Seeing Polteageist in all the trailers and build-up material for the games, it was a Pokemon that quickly grew on me. So naturally, I wanted to use it, but I don't know what really happened here. When I was playing through Pokemon Shield, not once was I ever against the idea of having this ghost type on my team. I guess it was just kind of the one that got away. Instead though, I did use another pretty cool Pokemon, and one that I didn't think I would like, being one of the fossils, Dracovish, or Dracovish, whatever. Whenever I play through any Pokemon game, I like to have a fire, grass, and water type in my party, and at this point, I'd already secured Pokemon with the other typings, I was just missing a water type. And as I was playing through the game and restored a fossil to then have received a Dracovish, I instantly changed my mind and I fell in love with this Pokemon's goofy design, and with the additional typing of Dragon, it was welcome on my team. It wasn't a Pokemon I always relied on, but Dracovish won some difficult battles and really helped me out. So even though it's not Polteageist, to me, it's just as great. Alright, so we're now on to my final team member, and the Pokemon I predicted I'd be using was Grapploct. This octopus Pokemon's pre-evolution Clobberpuss was one that I fell in love with instantly, and I almost used it on my team. Just before I caught this fighting type, I looked up what moves it would learn as it leveled up, and to me, there wasn't a lot that stood out. I understand I could have used TMs or TRs, but I didn't really think of this solution at the time. So instead, I chose not to use it. For a while, I didn't know what Pokemon I'd be using as my 6th, until of course I ran into Galarian Mr. Mime. Although I had a Psychic type already, I decided to use this Pokemon for its Ice type, and once it evolved into Mr. Rime, it was a Pokemon I had no regrets over adding to my team. I love this Pokemon. It's goofy as heck, and it helped out in some battles where some of my other team members wouldn't really shine. So yeah, Mr. Rime, 10 out of 10 would use again. But with Mr. Rime, that's it. That's my actual team for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Overall, this is the actual team that I used to play through Pokemon Shield with. With every team member I used, I have no regrets because each of them brought something different to the squad and came in clutch. Because of raids and training a lot, I managed to keep over-leveled from the gym trainers and other trainers, and I actually never blacked out once. If there were one thing I'd change about the team, it would probably be that I would catch an electric type. I say this because I noticed that when battling certain types of Pokemon, I wouldn't always have a team member who would be super effective against it. But honestly, that's just me nitpicking. Right now, I only have Shield, but I do plan on getting Pokemon Sword before Christmas along with a capture card. So what that means is that I'll be able to record my playthrough. I'll get to use a new team too, so I want to hear some team suggestions from you guys. Who knows, I may even stream the game in the future, that is to be decided. But either way, I'm looking forward to recording my next journey through Pokemon Sword. But anyway, I'm rambling, sorry about that, and real quick since I am rambling already, with the new games out, I'll be back to weekly uploading, sorry again about the break. Like I said, it was really needed and it was for the best too because now I have so many new video ideas. Okay, enough rambling. I'm sorry. Anyway guys, with that being said, that pretty much wraps things up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe for more. Also, be sure to let me know what Pokemon you use down below. But with all that being said, for now, I've been PokeDan, you've been amazing, and I'll see you guys next time.